When people hear the word communication, they often think about how they interact with others, friends, family, colleagues, partners, or even customers. We are constantly taught techniques on how to communicate better with others, how to speak effectively, how to persuade, how to make a sale, or how to express emotions properly. But what if I told you that all of this is secondary? That the most important communication is not the one you have with others, but the one you have with yourself? Yes, the most valuable being in the world is you. And the way you communicate with yourself shapes your reality more than any external interaction ever could. Internal chaos and the reflection of the mind. Take a moment and think about this. How do you talk to yourself in your mind? Is it peaceful, structured, and aligned? Or is it chaotic, conflicting, and filled with hesitation? Many people experience a constant war within their own minds. Should I do this or that? Should I take a vacation or start working right away? Should I start my own business or work for someone else? Should I get married now or wait? This mental conflict is always there, and most of the time we aren't even aware of it. We attend communication workshops, learn persuasive techniques, and try to improve how we interact with others. But how can a person who hasn't even mastered their internal dialogue expect to communicate effectively with the world? If your internal world is filled with arguments, doubts, and anxieties, this will inevitably be projected outward. The way you treat yourself will reflect in the way you treat others. Your mood shapes your reality. Let's take a simple example. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling frustrated, unhappy, or anxious. Maybe your boss forced you to attend a meeting you didn't want to go to, or maybe you have unresolved personal issues. Now think about how your perception of the world changes when you are in this negative state. Everything seems more frustrating. You are more impatient in traffic. You notice minor inconveniences, like someone being late, and react more aggressively than usual. You find flaws in people and situations more easily. Why? Because your emotional state filters the way you see reality. A person filled with frustration and anxiety will see the world as frustrating and chaotic. Now let's reverse this scenario. Imagine you wake up feeling truly happy and content. You enjoy your morning routine. You get in your car, listen to your favorite music, and don't mind the traffic. If someone makes a mistake, you are more forgiving. Small inconveniences don't bother you because your emotional state is centered. In both cases, the world outside didn't change. The only difference was your internal state. How internal conflict creates chaos in life now? Let's look at how different emotional states affect our daily lives. The angry, stressed individual. This person is constantly irritated. They drive aggressively, curse at other drivers, and react impulsively. If they were recorded on camera, their behavior would look chaotic, almost irrational. This kind of stress and frustration leads to unnecessary arguments, accidents, and missed opportunities. The overly happy, carefree individual. At first, this might seem like a positive state, but it can be just as imbalanced. When someone is excessively happy, they might make impulsive decisions, spending too much money, taking unnecessary risks, or overestimating their abilities. Just like extreme negativity, extreme positivity can lead to problems, because both are unstable energy states. In life, balance is everything. If you are constantly swinging between extremes, your emotions will always find a way to balance themselves out. That's why we often hear phrases like, "Don't laugh too much or you'll cry later." Too much happiness can lead to sadness. This isn't just superstition, it's the natural law of balance at play. Awareness, the key to breaking the cycle. The moment you become aware of your internal state, everything changes. Imagine you wake up feeling anxious and frustrated. Instead of reacting automatically, you pause and say, "Right now I'm feeling anxious. If I let this continue, I will project this negativity onto everything I do today." This simple awareness is powerful because it gives you a choice. You can either continue being controlled by your emotions, or acknowledge them and choose to shift your state of mind. Most of the time, people are completely unaware of their emotional triggers. They go through life reacting rather than responding. Let's take a very simple example to illustrate this. Burning your hand on an iron. If you consciously know an iron is hot, you are careful when you touch it. But if you accidentally brush against it while distracted, it burns and hurts more. Why? Because awareness changes your experience. The same applies to emotions. If you are aware of your anger, sadness, or stress, you can manage it. But if you go through life unconsciously, your emotions will control you. The power of presence in every action. Have you ever seen a professional boxer get knocked out from a single punch? It's not because the punch was strong, it's because they didn't see it coming. The element of surprise caught them off guard. In contrast, a boxer who sees every movement, anticipates every attack, and is completely present in the ring rarely gets knocked out. This is how life works. If you go through life unaware and unprepared, small problems will knock you down. If you live consciously and in control, you can anticipate and handle challenges with ease. Decide what kind of life you want to live. At the end of the day, life is about choices. Will you be the person who reacts to everything unconsciously? Or will you be the person who responds with awareness and balance? When you master communication with yourself, you will naturally master communication with others. When you become aware of your emotions, you will stop being controlled by them. This is the true secret to living a peaceful and successful life. It doesn't start with external communication, it starts within you. Final thought. If you wake up tomorrow feeling anxious, angry, or frustrated, pause. Take a deep breath, acknowledge your emotions, and choose how you will respond. Because in the end, your communication with yourself defines your entire reality.